Okay folks, here's my quick tip of the week. This is a new feature that is really handy that is found inside of Photoshop CC. Here I am. I've got a photograph of my daughter, or one of my daughters, and if you go over here to my layers palette, you'll see I've got a composite going on here. I've got the original photograph, down here is layer 2, and then I've got some other background replacement going on with layer 3 and the layer 3 copy, and then I've got some curves doing some adjustments, and all this makes up my final image. Now this original photograph was shot in Camera Raw, and then it was brought into the Raw editor before coming into Photoshop, and I did some adjustments to it. And then I opened it from the Raw editor into Adobe Photoshop. Now in the past, once you're in Photoshop, there was no way of getting back into that Raw editor until version CC. Now in version CC, you can click on any layer, go into the filter menu, and in there you'll see Camera Raw filter. This will pull that layer that you have active into Camera Raw, where you can do other adjustments, and then when you hit OK out of Camera Raw, it updates your layer. So one of my favorite things to do is some skin softening. Now normally I would do that in the Raw editor and then open the image in Photoshop, but in this case maybe I forgot. Maybe I was so excited to stop manipulating this photograph, I went right into Photoshop and then realized halfway through the composite I would like to soften my skin. So I'm going to click on layer 2, go under Filter, Camera Raw Filter. It's going to open up this layer inside the Camera Raw editor. I'm going to zoom in a little bit, do one of my favorite skin softening techniques, which is to use my adjustment brush and do a negative clarity. And I'm just going to go ahead and quickly paint on the flesh tones here, or I should say on the skin rather. Let's get all of it, and don't forget the arms and the legs and all that. Let's get all the skin in there. Let's go over here. Don't forget the legs. Alright, that looks like it did the trick. If I go back to the face here, if I bring the clarity back up, there's the original. If I put the clarity down to about -40 or so, there's the softening happening. Again, here's the before, here's the after, and I'm doing all this inside the Raw editor, and when I hit OK, give it a minute, it will update that layer. If I zoom in a little bit, here it is with the raw manipulation. Here it was before, here it is after. So I don't know why it took so long, but it's definitely a handy tool to be able to go into that Raw editor after the fact. Okay, that's my tip of the week.